Hi everyone. I hope you had a wonderful week and thanks for coming back to my channel. I wanted to share with you something that's been happening to me over the past week or so, and maybe you also go through this. Alberta has had a rather drastic cold snap the past couple weeks. It's been with the wind chills into the minus 40s, and that has led to me waking up in the night with nosebleeds. Alberta is a dry province, and unfortunately, my nasal passages dry out and I get nosebleeds. I don't know if you suffer from this, but if you do, I just want to share with you a little trick that I do. Instead of getting a humidifier or making alterations to my furnace, I do what I call a pot simmer. So, a pot simmer is simply getting a pot and bringing it to a boil on the stove. So all I did today was, after I woke up, grabbed a pot, filled it with water, and put it on the stove to boil. That's right. I filmed a video watching water boil. I believe the saying is, a watch pot never boils. However, after making this video, I can assure you, it does boil if you watch it. I was so concerned with where the camera was, and as you could see in the clip here, Olive's tail is hanging out there in the corner of the screen. I was afraid that for some reason the camera might fall over and the cat would be afraid, run away, the pot would fall. I had horrible visions running through my head as to what might happen if this camera were to fall over. So I literally stood in the kitchen and watched this pot boil. But don't worry, I'm not going to make you watch this pot boil. So once your pot does boil, I reduce the heat to maybe a simmer a little bit above, depending on how dry it is in my home. And then I start adding spices. So as you can see here, the first thing I add is cinnamon. I simply take out the sticks. I then break them in half and add them to the pot. The scent of cinnamon, for me, reminds me of Christmas, but also just exudes that sense of warmth. Once added to the pot, I then add clove. Now I have whole cloves here, but if you don't have whole cloves, you can use ground clove as well, or you can use whatever spices you like. So I put in about, I think there were about 6 there. Clove is quite powerful, at least I find. So 6 was plenty. The next thing that I decided to add were dried orange peels. Now, I love oranges. Well, I love most fruit. But every time I get a navel orange, what I do is I take a vegetable peeler and I peel the skin or the rind. I then dry them out and I keep them to use in various recipes or for my pot simmers. So as you can see here, there's not any pith on them. They're just the rind. I decided to add 5 because the citrus smell complements the warming spices that I've already added. Once I've added the spices that I like, I just let the pot simmer for a few hours. The water will turn quite dark as the colors leach out from the spices and from the orange peel. But it fills the house with moisture and a lovely scent. So since Olive was keeping me company, Nope, there she is. I decided to give her a treat. Now, watch what happens when I shake the treat bag and her sister comes running. I found it quite funny. Oh, there she goes. Nearly knocked her right over. So the black cat is Olive. The tabby cat is Twig. So these are my two girls. They're from the same litter, so they are sisters. And I thought that since Olive was keeping me company, I would give her a treat. However, I can't give a treat to one and not the other. So here I am just giving them treats. I gave them 3 each. But apparently, Twig took her eye off the prize, and if you'll watch here, Olive swoops in and steals one of her treats. So, of course, that's not very fair. So, I had to give Twig a little extra because, well, she didn't get any. Well, at least not the full amount. So they then look at me after I give them treats like, is that it? Aren't we going to get any more? So as you can see here, the look of anticipation and disappointment is still there. But in the end, they forgave me and settled down for naps. As you can see here, Twig found a spot where the sun was starting to come in, and she nestled down on not a jacket, but a warm hoodie that I had lying on the couch. So I gave her some lovin' and let her go to her nap. Her sister, Olive, had found a spot on the back of a comfy chair on a blanket. And as you can see here, yeah, she was, I want to nap, Mom. Thanks for the love, but it's time to nap. So from my family to yours, have a wonderful week.